Hello, team. Welcome back to our platform, Bright Careers and Successful Life with Ramesh. So, guys, as you know, we all have been connecting and have been discussing many of the issues related to career progress, jobs, and all that stuff. So, today I got an opportunity to invite Mr. Tausief, and he is a delivery head, he's an IT leader, and he has been doing quite a bit experience. He has more than 12 years of experience and is currently working in an IT company. So I thought of inviting him so that he can share his valuable knowledge with us. And at the same time, he has been conducting many initiatives wherein he is helping people from last 2 years to help them to become more progressive in their careers. So Tausif, welcome to the platform. Good to have you here.
Hello, hello. Hello, Ramesh. Hi.
Hey, good to have you, Tausif. I was just introducing yourself to the team. So how
Nice,
are things? Welcome.
nice. Good to know you. And yeah, it's an amazing time. Okay, a lot of things going on in the IT industry right now. There are discussions and talks. What will this recession and all that might happen? What will be the impact?
True,
There is
true, true.
yeah, there is this news circling around that Elon Musk is firing a lot of Indians from Twitter.
True.
A lot of
Yesterday they
drama.
announced it, right? Yesterday some email trails were going on, and like they were saying that if people do not get that particular email, understand that they're already not working, no longer a part of the company. ऐसा कुछ type में discussion हुआ था उन लोग का.
Yeah, there are a lot of things going on, okay? And at the same time, this apna Indian crowd, right? So when freshers are trying to get into the companies, so there is a lot of competition there, so many profiles. So recently, even I think we were discussing with HRs, and they were saying, "Ki you put one posting and so many people are applying for the job and getting the right candidate." It's the market is really changing, okay? And
True.
so far we
Market is
were
changing, wherein again the people who are looking for jobs are increasing, but the jobs are getting limited.
Yeah, there are a lot of
People are
challenges
getting
going around.
fired, and few of the things are
Hmm.
happening around.
Right. So it's a shifting time. Work from home was there. Now slowly the companies have started calling people back. So at least partial hybrid models are going with some companies, and there are a lot of changes going on in the IT. Let's see how it all stabilizes as time passes by. A lot of things there. Okay.
True.
Yeah,
वही
I
ऐसा
think.
ही है. हम्म.
Hmm.
तो
And I
वही.
think it's good to have these kind of sessions where we can share some value and inputs to the people who are really juggling through all this, because right IT professionals are really required. Otherwise, so much uncertainty in the market is really going to have a lot of consequences on careers of many people. Okay.
True.
Right.
So
Hmm.
many people. That's true. There's so many news and there is so much buzz going about that. तो वो सब चीजें चल रहा है.
Right.
तो आज अपन वही बात करेंगे तौसीफ थोड़ा. So all the people who are there who will be watching us, we will discuss a bit about jobs. Or Tausif is an IT leader. So the perspective which I give you, it's more into a human resource kind. But आज अपन जो बात करेंगे, we will talk about IT perspective from a leader and a project manager who hires for his team. वैसे बारे में we will discuss. फिर along with that, we will also discuss about career, because he is the one who is directly managing the team. Issues come to me as a human resource professional when already some damage is done, but he is the one who is managing the team, and he is the one who knows why people are not growing, what they are doing things right, what they are doing things wrong. And he is the one who also knows about the people who are struggling and how to maintain work life balance. तो आज जो है प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट रिलेटेड व्यू अबाउट टीम जो रहता वो वाले में वी और डिस्कशन विल बी मोर इनटू दैट. So let's start, guys, without giving much more time to it. तो सिर्फ थोड़ा सा अपन बात करते हैं, ओके? जॉब्स के बारे में बात करते हैं. Not exactly how to apply, but the observations that you have about the requirements that you are currently working in your organization. How much time are they getting fulfilled, or what are the common mistakes that people are doing while applying for resumes? Or what are the challenges, what are the mistakes that people are doing when they actually come for an interview? How are things quite working out there? Are they prepared technically? What is the general overall scenario?
Mhm. Yeah, very important question here. Okay, so like what's happening is there are a lot of profiles floating around in the market. So whenever there is an opening posted by the company, there are so many profiles and many people apply. and even live walk-ins, virtual interviews. There are so many people who are coming in. Okay, but there have been some very, very serious observations. It's been like hunting for the right candidate is going on for like months in a row, and still the right people are not getting selected.
Okay.
Okay. So you need to understand, at one side, there is a need in the IT industry of the right professionals. On the other side, there are so many people applying, but still positions are not getting closed. Okay. So one of the observation which I had, and many other senior members of my like, friend circle and all that, managers had, key right professionals are not there, accessible from the market. Okay. So there is lot of junk crowd. There is lot of people who are not technically much capable, and they are just floating around in the market, and finding the right candidate from such a big crowd is becoming really challenging. Okay. Now let me tell you some very serious observations, guys. Dekho, resume, right? So it has really got to a point where industry is now thinking majority of the stuff in the resume is just a copy paste.
Uh,
So people are just getting it from here, there, filling it up somewhere. So even though if resumes are shortlisted, so somewhere there is this kind of awareness. Maybe a lot of things mentioned in the resume might not be valid. He has just taken from here and there, and he might not have really the right experience on the resume. Okay. So that is one of the thought which is running on the other side from the company perspective. Okay, we cannot count on resume. If the resume might say very well, so but still we know that the candidate might not still be up to the mark. Okay, but yes, a good resume is first of all required, so that at least they get filtered and shortlisted. Now what is happening is one major thing I would like to raise to everybody. The initial screening is happening by directly by the HR layer itself before it even gets to the technical panel. And guys, HRs are now what, even though they understand, they don't understand the core coding and the technical aspects of things, but they speak with the management, managers, requirements. They speak with so many candidates, so they get some hang about what to expect from a technology. It's a normal human nature. You keep discussing about Spring or something, the HRs catch it. Now, what is happening is they are getting so many resumes, and before they really arrange the resumes, HR is making a call to the candidates, and it is observed that it is very short call, maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and in that call, the candidates are not able to really answer the terminologies regarding those technologies. So, guys, it's just a blip, okay? 3 minutes call. In that, if you're not able to talk logical, talk to the point, and even convince to the HR, so HR just says, okay, disqualify, move on to the next person. Okay. So my straight suggestion will be build a strong resume, which is as per what the market needs right now. Second, whatever is there in the resume, be confident about it, so that if anything is asked, you can really say that. And HR might just ask you for like 2-3 minutes regarding something which is in your resume. And if you look lost, confused, you don't know what to say, that 2-3 minutes call itself, they will say, okay, this guy is not good, move to the next person. So there is a lot of thing happening. Okay. And the second thing, guys, so one part is this: once you, let's say, cross the screening, then you actually come to the maybe face-to-face rounds or whatever next rounds are being scheduled. I just want to say one thing, guys. Without practical knowledge, this is not a time where theory is going to do the work for you. Okay, you need to really code, build applications. Whether you are a fresher, guys, freshers ke liye right now market is saying you should have multiple projects, you should have internships with you. Freshers, people are not expecting them to be raw freshers. Even if they are going for campus recruitment, they are expecting they should have some projects. And project means not just like copy paste project. You should make your hands dirty, you should code, you should build something. And guys, when you have done that activity, then only you can answer things properly in interview. If you have not done coding, never built an application, life is going to get very challenging. So I would suggest every job seeker, even a fresher, to build some mini projects, get your hands dirty, think about it. Problems will be coming, use Google to solve it. And once you do that, you become more mature, and then you talk in interview, a different confidence will come. And that logical connection needs to happen first of all with the interviewer. And very sad truth, for many of them, they are not talking logically in interview. So they are not even going to the next stages. So I would highly, strongly recommend, guys, spend time in coding. Theoretical knowledge, conceptual knowledge is one thing, but if you have not coded something, you will not be able to answer a lot of logical questions in the project, and the interview will not be going good. Okay, so these two areas primary. Confidence on what is there in the resume. You should be able to speak immediately. And second, have some projects and literally code on the projects. Both will be required. And then it goes to the further layer. Okay. Apply,
True.
guys. We need good people. Okay, team. We need good people. We are not finding it. Okay. So you can be
No,
that
and
guy.
true. And one more thing, what happens basically is that not every requirement that is there in the project comes to the market. So you
Mhm.
really have to be good. For an example, if a client comes up with a requirement, if project is having a requirement, that requirement will not directly go for external hiring people. The companies that they will try to fulfill the requirements first of all using the internal resources that are available with them, the internal people. Companies are maintaining bench, they are maintaining a good bench strength, people are getting released from one particular project, then they will be the people who will get first preference to get placed. So the requirements that you see at last are the outcome of getting some approvals and when there are something not available internally. So like every requirement that comes in, not everything comes for external hiring. So you really have to give a good chance for yourself. As Tausif said, that you have to be confident, you should know what is there in your resume, and you should know what is there in the job description. That is what HR people will talk to you, और उसके बाद ही second level पे जाते हैं. So one of
There
the
is one more
important
thing.
points.
Yeah, one more thing to add here. Okay, so Ramesh, what you were mentioning, the first point, the bench allocation will happen. And in the current times, there is a second point, okay, because from the market, right candidates are not coming. So initially, there is a lot of internal referral programs which are running in many companies, and they are strongly pushing for it. Okay, and it has gone to that level key. They are saying if you have genuinely worked with somebody in the past and you know that that candidate is good, then only refer it. Okay, so referral programs were there since a long time, but right now the emphasis is so strong. Even if you have worked with those people in the past and you know that they are good, then only refer. Okay, so now guys, stage by stage things are happening. Once this first layer bench, from there people will be allocated. Second layer, referral programs of those genuine candidates who are really good, that layer will be trying to fulfill. And if that is not coming, then it comes to the third layer where from the market the hiring is going to happen. And from the market there is a massive crowd which is floating around. From there finding the right candidate, guys, you have to be really good in what you do. You cannot say like, okay, next chance aega. You have to jump on every single opportunity which comes to you. Okay, give your best shot, guys. Whatever happens, that's a later story. Yeah.
And one more thing, as Tausif has spoken about some trainings and some projects, right? Projects and internships as well. So I know people who are currently completing their education from IIT Madras. Even those people, before applying for the campus interview and all that stuff, these people have been working on the projects and to update in the resume. So that is how it is required and important for
Mandatory,
freshers as
man.
well.
Yes, yes. Guys, without project, guys, it's like 20 years, 25 years old industry now. IT is not the fresh thing. Okay, so if people are not working on the projects, there will be a lot of other freshers who will say, hey, we have done so many projects, so many internships. They will get a better value, right? So IT will like to take chances on people who already have worked on something. So it's required, guys. Okay, hands-on is very much important in the current times. Yep,
Tausif,
yep.
how about those people, Joki? How is your experience while dealing with those people who have applied for a particular requirement and they have cleared the first level of introductory round with human resource? Are there any cases that there are similar observations why these people are getting rejected? Is there any specific major reason for these people getting rejected after clearing the first level with HR?
Mhm. There are two, three things. Okay. So if there are juniors, maybe 3 years, 4 years experience kind of people, so companies have introduced a layer where they have to do a coding program. Okay. Now, as a mandatory measure, coding test, coding interviews becoming mandatory. So maybe Hacker Earth, Hacker Rank, those kind of links will be provided, and they have to write proper code there. And how these tools are, guys, nobody is going to manually verify, right? So they have to write even test cases for these tools. So hacker earth, hacker rank kind of. So whenever the coding test is happening, they have to write test cases, and these test cases will be automatically verified by the tool itself. And one of the problem with juniors is they don't really write these proper test cases. So they don't even know how to write proper test cases, which will be shortlisted by the tools. So a lot of droppage is happening there itself. Okay. And so my suggestion, yes, coding rounds can also happen at a junior layers. So know that how, whatever you code, write proper test cases for that, so that the success rate properly happens, and the tool will then say, okay, these guys are shortlisted forward. So that is one important thing. You have to do coding, guys. Okay. And once it is forwarded further, then comes the face to face. And guys, that is the technical plus logical thinking plus how you are as a person. All of these factors come there. Okay. So did you really work on some problems? So in your project, what was the most complicated piece which you worked upon? So you should be able to explain that. And while you are explaining, there will be a lot of to and fro happening. Okay, why do you think that was challenging? How did you make it easy? What were the other side effects of that? So this kind of reasoning is going to happen on your projects. So if you really know it, then you can do a proper conversation. So many of them, if they have not really done that kind of thing, so automatically it just comes like, okay, let's close the call kind of. Okay, so I would just say be good, put efforts in working on projects. Okay, coding is important, project knowledge is important from tech aspect as well.
And the
Yeah.
big problem now is that people don't know all these things, and as they do not know all these things, they keep applying for multiple opportunities, one after another, and they don't even understand how to figure out and fix this particular thing, and they keep missing opportunities. और एक बार
Mhm.
अपॉर्चुनिटीज चले जाती है तो अगर आप जॉब सीख रहे हैं और इफ यू आर नॉट वर्किंग, रेज्यूमे में गैप बढ़ता जाता है, एंड दैट डजंट लुक गुड, तो वो एक अलग ही चैलेंज शुरू हो जाता है.
There is this one website like Code Signal. Okay, so where a lot of programmers can do coding practice. Code Signal is a nice website for coding practice. So just go there, just keep coding, keep coding, guys. This is what it is. And second, with regards to project, I would say, okay, whether you have worked on that or not that greatly, take some time out to think about your projects. Okay, think about your projects, like what kind of use cases will be there, what will be the positive cases, what will be the negative cases, how these things would have been developed, how the database design would be there, how the middle layer will be there, what is the UI, where it will be hosted. If you know AWS, so sort of visual image created in the mind, because those pros and cons, lot of to and fro will happen during interview. And if you don't have grip on, okay, how things are conceptually from project perspective, it just comes out, okay, because you don't know that. Okay, so just keep practicing, guys, on this area. Yeah.
Right. So there are steps that you have to do. Once you clear the first step, once you know what is there in the job description, then first level is clear. If you are technically good, and if you are able to do those technical coding, second step is clear. And then comes a step which is also related to your mindset. How good you are when it comes to be a team player, how good you will gel with the team. So these are the things also. Probably Tausif, would you like to talk something about this? Because the ops round that generally happens, even if a person clears the technical round, there are chances that he may again not be selected because of the ops or the final manager round. And why is this thing happening? So let's understand some perspective from IT manager point of view.
So guys, what happens is eventually you are going to work in the team of that manager who is itself interviewing, or maybe some other manager. Okay? So a genuine question you need to answer ki, would somebody like to work with you? That's it. It's a simple question. Okay, if I am manager, if you are coming in my team, would I really like to work with you? Okay, and there are a lot of factors behind it. If you are able to answer yes, you are that candidate, if I get that confidence, yes, this is the person, then automatically things happen nicely. Now what will be my factors? Okay, first of all, I want a person who can mix with other people easily, right? Your ego should be down. Okay, you should be having this, I will be learning, I will be growing. Okay, even if I don't know, I will explore more, I will put more hard work, I will help my team to grow along together. Okay, so that kind of attitude is definitely required. If we get that positive vibe, okay, this person is ready to put more efforts, he's ready to work with the team and even grow forward, that creates a positive impact. Okay, now second thing, if you are scared, technically very good, but if problems are given to you and if you start panicking, and in interview if you start showing that kind of signs, you, I cannot deal with challenges, I, and kind of runaway attitude based upon your answers, if that runaway attitude, no no no, I will be not be able to deal with it and blah blah blah, if that comes, it really breaks the confidence of even manager, because in the project challenging situation is going to come. So we need confident people who want to face it, who want to see it. And guys, during interview, your body language, your words, the answers that you give, all of that also talks a lot about your confidence level and your team player nature. So that kind of personality will be also observed. And yes, after evaluating everything, the question still remains, would you like to work with this guy? So happy attitude, jolly attitude, positive thinker who is ready to hard work, work along with the team. If you're able to reflect all these qualities during your managerial round, it improves the chances very much. Okay, so that really works out, guys.
Such a useful information, guys. You won't listen this because people don't have time, they don't have channels to share all these things with you. But yes, if when someone is communicating these important things to you, just try to learn and apply in your lives. That would surely be very helpful. तो सिर्फ एक करियर के बारे में बात करते हैं. Okay, the general scenario is that if there is a batch of 15 to 20 people, batch of 15 to 20 people join a company, they get released from a same college, they join the same company, but not everyone will grow, right? Only 2 people will get promoted, and so only 3 people will get promoted out of this 15 people. And after, even after completion of 4 years, there will be a few people who will still be at the first or second level, because 3 साल होने के बाद एक तो हो जाता है promotion. So what is the big difference and how can they fix it? सबके promotions क्यों नहीं होते, क्या difference है इन लोग के बीच में?
Okay, there are multiple factors here. First, the observation, the question which is raised, it is 100% valid thing. Out of 15, few of them will go, and in few, that's how it is. Okay, everybody cannot be promoted, otherwise सारे लोग ऊपर जाके बैठ जाएंगे, फिर then how will the things work? Okay, so there is always this key, only selected positions. Okay, even from a higher management perspective, there will be some instructions ki per team only these many number of people can be get promoted, and then that chase will be there, like only 1 or 2 positions, and who those should be. Okay, now first, that's the nature of how this industry works. There are few things. How a individual grows in the IT industry in terms of his dedication, contribution, all that really matters a lot. Okay, now what is happening is, as soon as people get into, let's say, a college mindset people, okay, 15 guys getting in completely inside, the approach and attitude which all these 15 people follow in the company is going to be different. Okay, some people will be like, no, I have to work more harder, I will learn more, I am ready to put more efforts, stretch more. Some people will be like, "Arey, finally job lag gaya, let's enjoy money, and like work from home is also happening, chilling out attitude will be there." Some people will be like, "Oh, I have to keep constantly upgrading, taking certifications." And some people will be like fully getting into a time pass model. Some people like will be like not having clarity on their career, which technology to work, which not to work, wherever whatever is happening, they are just running around. So what happens is, these 15 people, they are all exposed to the same company, but their approaches in the company all differs from one another. Okay, and then automatically what happens is, only there will be few guys who will be on the right track. Okay, I want to have this in my career, this is my plan, and they are working hard for that, they are taking certifications, they are working with the team for that. So these guys then gets spotted outside, and then these guys start taking promotions. Okay, so guys, right attitude is very important in your company. If you look like very time pass kind of a person, where you like to just chill and not put your best efforts and start compromising, and if you're not clear what do you really want in your career, you're just like messed up here and there. So these guys will not be getting much recognition and then further opportunities. Okay. So if you just want straight away action points, I would say be clear in your career plan. If you want to go as a backend developer or a UI developer, you need to learn everything about that area. Whether it's there in the project or not, take up the courses, learn everything, try to implement in the project, be in good touch with your seniors, like try to show them that you're hungry for learning more. That is a big deal, guys. Okay. As a junior, you have to be in close touch with your leads or your senior developers. Key, how do I learn more? What should I know more? Now, what are my weaknesses? Tell me, give me some feedbacks. I want to improve. If this kind of hungerness is seen in you, and then you're putting efforts to really learn and grow, so that creates the vibe with your seniors, and then they will be like, oh, this guy is good. Others are not doing it, but this guy is actively wanting to take the career forward, putting more efforts for the project, for the people, for himself. And guys, these people will always be standing outside, right? So these will be like those unique people who the industry wants. And then they start getting more recognition, opportunities, and then more challenges, and then they solve challenges. So then they will slowly start rising. Again, everybody doesn't do that. Very few people will maintain that kind of learning hunger and work closely with their top seniors. Okay, so that's required. So that gives more opportunities. Yes, yes.
True. And this thing has long-term implications as well, right? If
Mhm.
you join a company and if you're not serious, you may not feel the effect of it for 1 year, 2 years. But as the time keeps passing, if you complete your 3 years or 4 years in a company, and when you see the people who are working with you, they are growing. If you see their technologies are getting better, if they are learning more and more technologies
Yep,
which are
yep.
in the flavor of their skill sets, then you would realize that, okay, this is the mistake which I have done. If I would have been aware of this thing earlier, then probably things would have been different for me. So as if you try to learn from things from your own, the learning, the way of people grasp things on the basis of experience is different for different people. So if you are slowly learning things and if you are not experiencing those things, then the time will be too late for you till the time you actually know what you should have done 3 years back. So as just we have just discussed, start working towards it. If you are currently working or if you are planning to get a job, start working towards it. If as soon as you get a job, that would be the best thing for you.
True,
तो
true,
तौसिफ
true.
इसके अलावा परफॉर्मेंस क्या चीज है तौसिफ परफॉर्मेंस हाउ डू यू परफॉर्म लाइक पीपल दे से दैट उनका परफॉर्मेंस ठीक नहीं हो रहा है प्रोडक्टिविटी रहता है देन एक्यूरेसी रहता है फ्यू पीपल एंड अप इन नॉट बीइंग दैट प्रोडक्टिव there are a few people who keep making mistakes when it comes to accuracy, and if these things happen, then probably they get marked down when it comes to your appraisals, or agar appraisals mein if they get marked down, then that generally affects the chances of they further getting promoted. It may also affect on the salary which they may get, the hikes which they may get. So if performance is another key factor. As if you join a company, if you are a good learner, if you want to grow, but if you are not performing, if you don't know how to perform, वहां का क्या सीन होता है? What exactly is your observation out there?
Like, performance is the thing by which the person moves up the
You are
career.
hired for performing basically.
Yes, yes, yes. And the companies have now processes like for performance evaluation. Okay, so big companies, service companies, like maybe every quarter they do a performance review. Some companies do every 6 months performance review. Some companies do it maybe once a year. Okay. Now they go. And if there is a good performance, up the ladder you will be going, better hikes, better opportunities, better promotions. And if you are bad performer, it will go down. Okay. Now, what exactly? The main question people don't really get, okay, what exactly to focus, okay, performance, right? They go simple. Whatever experience you are right now representing, let's say 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, whatever experience you are representing, accordingly, the project is expecting some roles and responsibilities from you. So if you are a 3 years of IT professional, the project expects you to perform in a certain manner. Okay, in terms of the way you code, the way you debug, how independently you build solutions, how much on time you are doing your solutions, or are you taking too much time, how better quality work you are doing, or there is a lot of buggy kind of work, how much design wise you are making the right decisions, or is it continuously changing again and again, and these kind of things. Okay, And this basically you need to understand ki with your current experience level, what is the project expecting from you. Okay, once you understand that, and you need to ask questions. Okay, if you don't know what is the expectation, go ahead, ask your manager, ask your seniors ki bhai, I have 4 years, what do you expect from me? Okay, and then they will tell you clearly ki what are they really wanting from you. And guys, once you know that measure, you need to put your full efforts to justify that measure, because if you are not justifying it, you will always be underperformer or low performer. Okay, so many people get this itself, they don't know what is the expectation out of them. And if they don't know that expectation, they don't know whether they are meeting it or under it or above it. So my suggestion to you will be, go ahead, discuss it with your seniors and your manager. Okay, what is the expectation from you in terms of your role and responsibilities for your project? Okay, so what exactly is that expectation? And that expectation will be, how do you understand requirements, how do you contribute during designing of the applications, how do you code, how, like, is your code buggy? Okay, are there reworks happening, lot of coding feedbacks going? When you give your code to production, are bugs coming in that manner? How are you interacting with the other team members like UI developer or the resource? So all of this becomes part of, like, how are you performing at work. Okay, and then once you meet it, it is good. And if you're not meeting it, you will be a low performer. So first get the clarity, okay, how you should really perform, what is the expectation, and then put efforts whether you're meeting it or not, and that will define. Okay, and all these things like productivity and all that is like, okay, if there is a task of so much complexity, ideally, if a good person, 60%, 70% person completes the work in 3 days, how much time are you taking for completing the same work? If you're taking 4 days, 5 days, and if that is a repeated nature, that means you're like taking more time to do small work also. That counts negative. Okay. If you're doing same thing in a faster manner, but with good quality, you will be like, hey, he's a great guy. Okay. So this also matters, like in how much time, what quality of work you finish. Okay, and when you are giving it to the testers, how many bugs are coming out of it. So all these factors will tell what kind of a person you are, and that actually all counts for your performance. Okay, so be careful, right quality building is an important factor, and these all things come. Okay, and one more thing to add, apart from these technical aspects, guys, process adhering, are you really understanding the project processes, abiding by those processes? Next, how much punctual you are, how much clear in your communication you are. This feature will be done by how much time. If there are dependencies, like third party dependencies will be there, or with other people dependencies will be there. If they are not resolved, are you proactively following up with them for getting the solutions? Like how independently you manage your own work without others needing to push you, okay, do it, do it, do it. All these factors also count. So your punctuality, your proactive nature, your independent problem solving, everything becomes part of your performance. Okay, so, and yes, these are the factors. Based upon that, somebody said meeting less or more. Yeah.
ट्रू। तो सबसे पहले जो अपना KPIs मालूम कर लो, की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर्स क्या है, SLAs क्या है मालूम कर लो, अंडरस्टैंड द प्रोसेस, कीप वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स इट, एंड उसके साथ साथ कम्युनिकेशन, सॉफ्ट स्किल्स जो है, प्रोडक्टिविटी जो है, कीप फोकसिंग ऑन दैट एज वेल. So that would be the key mixture or key to get you successful. और उसके बाद में जो है, I do know that there are some ways of doing it, some techniques of doing it. Probably I will ask Tausief about that as well later on. So Tausief, meanwhile, okay, when we have discussions, like when I was handling bench, there are people who come to us when I was a part of talent management team. तो काफी सारे लोग रहते हैं जहाँ पर we know that these people are the best performers to start with when it comes to their career. But as time passes by, they get so much like they get wavered. एक 2 साल तक बहुत अच्छा perform करेंगे, after that they will lose the track of things. And when we have a discussion with these people, we understand that there is not one thing, there are many things which contribute to that. Like there can be some of the family issues going on, or there can be they thinking too much about a particular thing, and that making them not focused at work. Or similarly, they are getting affected by too many things which are happening at work, or by the people who are working with them around. So ultimately, they being a good performer, ideally speaking, they should keep performing, but they are unable to balance these things, maybe the life and the work or this type of stuff, or they may not be in a position to deal with the people around the society or the when it comes to office things. So what is your observation in that? What exactly might be happening there when these people are individually working? Because हमारे पास तो ये like HR के type में we deal with many things like this.
Yeah, again, all these are the core problems, okay, which is happening. Many people are facing it, okay.
Work life balance ये वो चलते रहता है, but
There are
is
multiple
already
things,
done.
okay.
That is
Uh,
the worst part of it.
yeah, there are multiple things. First point here, guys, we need to understand कि in the IT industry, there will be some projects, some seniors, some managers, they will be really wanting that you as a IT professional should grow in your career, should become really best. So there will be these kind of people in the industry. Okay, some people who really care that the juniors should grow. But unfortunate truth is there are not many such seniors in the industry. For some projects, some company, you will find those gems, but not every project is having it. Now, what happens, guys? If you don't get that kind of senior guys who wants your growth, so then basically nobody wants your growth, right? So nobody is expecting you to succeed, grow, and become better in your role and job, right? So nobody is expecting that because if you don't get these people, now automatically what happens is if nobody is expecting your growth, automatically the nature becomes casual, right? So you will start putting less efforts for learning, for growing, for all of these things. Your contribution, all of that starts reducing automatically. And because guidance is not there, nobody is expecting you to succeed. Plus, slowly and steadily, laziness will also start growing in you. Okay, so you will be like, okay, tiring, you're starting your day, tiring, you're ending your day. And then that's one of the major reason ki nobody is actively focusing that you succeed. And the natural reaction of that is you will become lazy with that. You will stop putting efforts. And unfortunately, what when you are in that attitude, maybe your friend circle is also like that, who is not pushing you to grow. So what happens is your friend circle is also compromised. Nobody at the senior is also expecting. Plus, you are also not putting efforts. So automatically, it looks like split up has happened. Focus is getting distracted, and concentration has gone for a toss. So all of that just becomes a part of routine life. And then, guys, yes, other things are there, right? Maybe your family stuff might come up. Your family is going through a tough situation, or you might be like at work wise, your team members are not mixing with you properly. All these other factors also come up, and then slowly, the fire which was there in the individual when he started the career, that actually starts to come down, and he just becomes maybe average person. Okay. And देखो guys, as a student, people have this, oh, I should learn, I should grow, I should do this, I should do that. But as people grow in their career, slowly and steadily, that starts diminishing, plus these all other things coming. So they really become very blunt. And that's where they are like, earlier they were good performers, now they're struggling. And when they struggle, they don't get further good projects, and accordingly their performance and everything starts impacting as well. Okay. So this is what I would like to say ki, uh, you need to take ownership of your career first of all. You should not be dependent upon your friend circle or your company circle or people around you, because guys, you don't know who those guys will be, and can you really count on them or not. The first step is take ownership of your own career, own life, because nobody's coming. Now, once you take that ownership, you need to always remember, as long as you grow, learn, become better, there is something going to happen in your life. And if you are not going to do that effort, slowly and steadily, your trajectory in your career is going to go down itself. Okay, so you need to understand, very important aspect. So constant growth is the only way forward. And if you are really looking from this aspect, you will realize over a period of time, your level of contribution to the projects will always be high. And this question which Ramiz has asked, Initially people were good, after a period of time they are becoming bad. So these problems will not come. So guys, thoda sa you need to care about your own career. Don't take it for granted. There is this another thing also which is happening, like you start earning things financially, right? So money is anyways coming to you. People get wrong influence. They are like, Arey, whether we work hard or not, in the end month end salary to same ही मिल रहा है, right? So annual appraisal happened only once, and monthly the same amount is going to happen. So even if I compromise in my work, what is going to go wrong? I will get the same salary. This is where another problem is happening to people. कि money तो disturb नहीं हो रहा है, तो I'll just continue the way I am. But you need to understand, by putting lower efforts, you are compromising for your beautiful future. Okay, because you put low efforts, you get low opportunities, your problem solving will again go down, and future may you will not get more opportunities because present you are spoiling. So don't get into this trap ki money to mil raha hai. Arey guys, without growth, life is going to knock you down, and that too many times miserably. And then you will realize, arey paisa paisa karke I stopped my growth, and then I am suffering. So don't do that. Don't work just for the sake of it. Put your best shot, learn, grow, and that's the only way forward, guys. That's the only way forward. ठीक है? Yeah, Ramiz, is the net stable? Is it good?
Yeah, net is going on and off. It's coming and going. There seems to be some issue out there. Can you hear me now? Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
अच्छा, तौसीफ एक काम करते हैं. There is a person named Krishnakant Tiwari. He's saying, let's sir, please discuss little on profile change as well. So any views, or would you like me to talk something about it?
Okay. देखो, profile change as in like career path change, maybe. Yeah. So if from one career you want to go into another career, okay. So guys, it has to be done very carefully. Okay. It needs to be done very carefully because you cannot, let's say you're going 4 years, 5 years, and all of a sudden saying I want to start something else from zero. So it's not possible. Okay, you cannot start from zero in something else, because that becomes a very dip, like big dip, and there will be other freshers or juniors who will start from zero. So from here, if you're going there, it becomes really problematic. So what I feel is, whenever you're trying to switch, you need to make sure the transition is gradual. Okay, so I would say there should be an overlap. So whatever you are currently doing, in parallel, you should make some opportunities where you start working on that other change as well, and keep that overlap for maybe 1 year, 2 year, okay, where you are doing your current role also, plus you are trying to even split up and try to do the next role. When this overlap is good, so you are like multi-skilled now, and then slowly then you transition to this new role and then you take off. Okay, but whatever you're currently doing, all of a sudden stopping it and then starting something from zero, it is a very risky move to do. So I would say, first get to a point of overlapping, and then gradually over a period of time transition, and then go forward with it. Okay, that should be the approach whenever you're trying to do a switch there. Okay, get the required maturity. Don't start from zero. And yes, definitely you have spent some years in this, you would already have experience and maturity. How can you really convert that knowledge to not start from zero? You need to plan that part out. Yes. Okay.
So that should be helpful. And what you have to do is, guys, whenever, if your career is aligned to your liking, it goes for a long time. If you are interested in a particular skill set, if you start working towards that, then you would be happy working towards it, and it would go for a long time. So first of all, if you are even in a college, if you are trying to see what you have to study, you have to make some good choices out there. You should not go by just what people are saying around. If you like something which is a particular skill set, or which is a particular education, if you are a good speaker, if you want to go in the career wherein you require to speak, so if you are a good tester, if you are a good developer, accordingly you have to try to set your career, and you will go too long when you try to align your career with your expertise or personality. That would really help. Or as Tausif said, थोड़ा सा blend करके गए, तो that would be the helpful thing.
Otherwise, it becomes risky, right? You were
True.
good in something, you're changing, starting from zero, and there are other people who will be at zero. So they will be having a better chances than you because they are like
True.
actually experience-wise also less and stuff. So you need to really think your current knowledge which you have, how do you build this as the foundation so that you can even succeed in that other line? If you can do this brainstorming and leap it forward, that's the best way of doing it. Okay. Okay.
ठीक है. So anything else, Tausif? So I thought of covering these things in our discussion. तो अपना जो jobs के बारे में हो गया, like IT perspective, फिर careers के बारे में भी we discussed. Then work-life balance was again an important thing. Then performance and management was again important thing. So I think we have covered quite a few things. But before closing, Tausif, I would like to talk about जो अपना career transformation का चल रहा है, right? Program. I think tomorrow is the start date of the next. How is that thing going on? और उसमें जो है what are we who are new to our platform, who are watching the video for the first time, we can give them brief some understanding about that as well, because whatever we have spoken now, we will be taking all that stuff. You can
Okay.
just talk about something related to
ठीक है ठीक. Yeah, voice is actually breaking, disturbing a lot. It's all broken. Okay. Hello, hello. ठीक है. So guys, so what here?
So before closing, Tausif, I will continue, Tausif.
Okay, okay.
Continue.
ठीक है. So guys, देखो, this is this one important thing. I have spent 12 years in the IT industry. Okay. So I started like a Java developer and grew then to become a full stack, then started leading teams as technical lead, worked there for small teams like 5-member teams and all, and then started growing up in my career and then spent like 40-member team right now I'm leading. Okay, 40-member team, 12 years of experience. And there has been a massive change from where I was to where I am right now. Okay. And then we have been taking interviews since such a long time. And then somewhere I realized that IT professionals, okay, are not really getting the right guidance how they should do things at their work and how they should take their career forward. What should be their mindset? What should be their dedication levels? And because they don't know all that, they end up doing the opposite of it. They start compromising at their job, they start lowering their dedication towards work, they stop their own self growth, and because of that money doesn't come further, opportunities doesn't come, and then they become very negative people in the world. Okay, they are like, Array, no matter what you do, nobody recognizes my effort, and that spoils their life even further. Okay, so people are not getting the right guidance about how they should think, how they should act, and what they should do in their careers so that day-to-day life will become simple. Otherwise, they are ending up adding too much pressure on themselves. Okay, there were cases people reached out to me, said the doctor has given me tablets to eat, not able to deal with pressure and tension at work. So unfortunately, if you are not ready for this IT industry, these all things will happen. Okay, I've literally seen people crying in the industry. Okay, so and worried people, tensed people. I've seen people quitting and running away from IT industry. I've seen people not able to absorb the pressure which the industry is giving. Okay, and there are tough times, hard times, and I thought ki if people are not really becoming ready to deal with these challenges of industry, it will affect them mentally, in their peace, in their career growth and everything. So I thought ki bhai, somewhere I have grown through all of this in 12 years, seen ups and downs. I felt it is my responsibility to teach all these things to the next coming generation so that they become better capable to deal with these problems at work. Okay, so that's the primary motive. Whatever challenges are going to happen at work, how do you think, how do you act, what should be your strategies, techniques on different circumstances which you can apply on every single day basis to deal with this massive IT industry and then make your way through success. I thought it's my responsibility to give it to the upcoming generation. So I have come up with a very nice program. It's a very detailed program where we will not just share it with the people, but do it along with them so that they get these right inputs and then they experience those changes by applying those techniques. And together, I think right from tomorrow, 9 p.m., we will be getting started with that. And it's going to be an amazing program, guys, career transformation, because this is something which I really felt a lot of professionals need, okay, so that they can make great of their career and have mental peace, right approach, right mindset towards the career. Compromising people ke liye this world is not there, guys. Those who want to do hide and seek, not put dedicated efforts, the world is not for them basically. They'll always keep compromising. But my approach is you become capable, you give your best shot, you become capable and earn your rights to live a successful life. There is no hack for success. You have to earn it. You have to become ready for that. So I want to really give this with the people so that they can take care of themselves in a long run. Okay. So starting tomorrow, 7th November, 9 p.m., we will be starting this program completely free of cost, and to make you as great as you can. Okay, that's the basic plan. Okay. So tomorrow 9 p.m. we will be getting started, guys. It's a step-by-step program for IT professionals having 0 to 4 years of experience professionals. Okay. So मजा आएगा. आ जाओ देखते हैं साथ में learn करेंगे कुछ तो. All my 12 years I'm going to share it step by step. Fine team. Okay, Ramesh, anything else?
It was really a helpful session, Tausief. Okay, it was really a helpful session, and as I know this particular program, like last years, and it transformed many things, has helped many people around. So this particular program is a very helpful thing. I will paste the registration link.
Oh, voice is breaking, Ramesh, completely. Okay. So, TK guys, so this is it. I think the registration link he's going to share it. He will be sharing the registration link maybe as part of YouTube as well as maybe internal groups. So join us, okay? It's a free program so that you can get massive benefit out of it. And guys, it's required to take care of your careers because nobody else is coming. You have to grow and take it, okay? So fine, this is what it is, guys. We would like to close our call for today. It's already 9:55. Have an amazing left out of the Sunday and then see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Welcome an amazing week tomorrow, guys. It's Monday morning. Okay. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, team. Have a